surprise guest, guys and gals. And of course, not just from the world of wrestling, we are talking Olympics. Yes, we are talking Olympics. I want to give this man the proper introduction as well. Thank you, guys and gals, saying this again. 1.1 thousand shares, over 1 million views again tonight. WWAB strong, live, unedited, unscripted, unfiltered, 90 minutes to 2 hours every single day. Who else can give you that? Nobody else can. Wrestling with anything but, because we are on 7 days a week, and nobody else can step into that danger zone, literally and proverbially speaking, but we can, and I want to give our next guest the intro again that he deserves. And after that, the trial will continue. The trial of David Holiday will continue as well. Guys, this is someone that I'm looking forward to speaking right now. Marcus Garvey said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." June of 1971 was very notable. In June of 71, the legendary and iconic Kareem Abdul-Jabbar officially changed his name from Lew Alcindor to the aforementioned, and he proceeded to take his Milwaukee Bucks to their first and only NBA championship as they trounced the then Baltimore Bullets in a clean sweep. Jimmy Hoffa announced that he would not be running for re-election of the labor union. All in the Family was still in its infancy. The U.S. ended its trade embargo with China after they came under the control of the Communist Party. By a vote of 8-0, the U.S. Supreme Court unanimously reversed the conviction of heavyweight boxer Muhammad Ali 4 years after he had been found guilty of refusing induction into the U.S. Army. And on June 12th of that very year, 1971, a two-time U.S. Olympian was born. This man won the gold, the silver, the bronze at the Pan American Games of 1995. He was a two-time U.S. national in 95 and 97, and WDFPF World Champion in 1995. He's also a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion and a WWE Hall of Famer. But guys, I want you to know something from the heart over here. The latter pales in comparison to the man behind the vast accomplishments and accolades that I just mentioned. He has pledged his brain to CTE research. Both of his children made the Junior Olympics, and even on national holidays such as Father's Day, this man has prioritized the needs and well-beings of others as he assisted the homeless and has made helping children a point of emphasis. As it pertains to one of his vast mission statements, he is a humble, kind, and real as he is talented and successful. I welcome Mark Henry to the Green Room live. Mark, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you.
Listen, there is a thing called colored commentary. They should call you colorful commentary.
Thank you, my friend. Man, you are joining us. Thank you.
You like this shirt I'm wearing?
I love the shirt you're wearing.
You are colorful.
I love the shirt you're wearing, my friend. And you know what? You, by the way, I want guys and gals to know that you are in Texas. There was an event that occurred earlier tonight. Am I right?
Yes, sir. I'm at it. I'm still here.
How did that go? How did that go? It's doing pretty well, I heard.
Unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad that Texas has opened up. I still think that you should wear your mask. You still should social distance. You still should go get the shot. I mean, I know people think that, the government is going to try to pull another fast one on people of color in America, but it's not that kind of party now, guys. Like, go get the shot.
Go get the shot, indeed. And for our viewers in the masses right now, guys and gals, I'm going to do my plugs very, very quickly because we are interviewing Mark, and I see that my sponsors want the plug. So, Rygaard, we want to thank Rygaard for being with us since July. Look up at that sky. Those numbers, 3.5 million of you have come on strong ever since summer of 2020, and you're still here. We're averaging over 800,000 live views. And as you know, you guys, already, there'll be no analogy later on, but you can catch us every single Monday with the Dublin, part 1 of the Dublin. We have the preview review show, Jason Freeman, Avi Klein, David Holiday, every Monday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, part 2 of the Dublin. We have the World's Strongest Podcast, Capitar, Avi Klein, 6 p.m. Eastern every Monday. On Tuesday, Double Dip, part 1 of the Double Dip. We have Breaking the Ice, Glacier Reload, Avi Klein, every Tuesday, noon Eastern time, part 2 of the Double Dip. We have Face Value, Bullet, Avi Klein, David Holiday, 5:30 Eastern every Wednesday. Maintaining the Truth, part 1 of Avi Klein, and David Holiday, and Howard Collado and the whole gang, 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. On Thursday, WWE Hall of Famer, Don Morocco, Avi Klein, David Holiday, Hot Mickey Doyle for Making Waves, noon on White Time, 5 Eastern on Friday, Podcast with a Purpose, Road to Recovery, Duke the Mr. Mike Trosy, Avi Klein, Howard Collado, 6 Eastern by 5 Central on Saturday. A bunch of goopals, a bunch of nitwits, not me, not everybody else, just Howard, just Mickey, the Green Room, every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Hard-hitting podcast on Ask Get the Truth, Patriot Dale Wilkes, Avi Klein, every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, guys and gals. It is my choice to lower my voice. And thank you, Rygaard, for being with us, Mark. I want to ask you, because I know the viewers are very, very interested in having you catch them up to speed as it pertains to 2021. You've done so much, my friend, outside of the ring. And I want to just let you know that speaks to me, and I also know that it speaks to the masses. But if someone were to ask you right now, Mark, catch us up on 2021 as it pertains to Mark Henry,
Well, the first thing I would say is on April 18th, I have a show that's going to be on A&E called Hidden Treasures.
Okay.
I also have a barbecue show called Barbecue Smoke Slam that's going to be airing later in the year in November. Um, I'm still doing a lot of philanthropic things. I partnered with Maestro's Beard Company, and we are going and doing what we call a day of service
Okay.
in Philadelphia pretty soon. We go under the bridges and we get local barbers to shave people.
Sure.
We give like t-shirts, clean clothes, sanitary kits so they can get cleaned up.
Oh,
Because a
that's
lot of
amazing.
times they go look for jobs and they won't get jobs because of how they look.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to fix the problem internally, and a lot of people have anxiety issues, drug issues. Like a lot of people are mentally ill,
Yes.
and rather than dismissing these people, um, we're trying to help them. We're trying to say, listen, man, we know you got a problem. We're not going to grade you on the fact that you have a problem. Let's see if we can help you get to where you want to go. You just might have to follow a couple of little rules, and like some of the call centers and some of um, the places where they go to shower and get social services, they won't accept some people because some people just can't abide by the time. Like when you give them a
That's a very
time
good point.
limit, like their anxiety kicks in, and like so. Let's try to get people to do a better job of dealing with the homeless, dealing with the people that have drug issues, and just acknowledging the fact that um, these people need help. And
And it's
that's
great that
kind
you
of what I'm doing.
prioritize that too, because, and I want the masses to know this already. You prioritize some of these causes for years, but it also seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that one of your gifts is your relatability. It's almost like you're able to relate to different people on their level and speak to them and not speak down to them. I think that's one of the greatest assets that you have, my friend.
Well, I do my best. I'm anti-celebrity.
Okay.
Uh, Ever since I was a kid, I got plenty of attention in my life. But the one thing that always turned me off is when I entered a room and somebody was too Hollywood. That just it takes all the air out of me. I
And you
want
could
to be
you could pick up on that right off the bat, pretty much,
right
right?
off the bat. I want to go up and shake somebody's hand, and they look me in the eye, and they go, "Hey, man, it's nice to meet you." And it's not like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you." Like that's cool what you did.
I can't stand
Like,
that either. Yeah,
bro,
absolutely.
I'm so anti that. People that come up to me, they say, "Man, I just thought that you was gonna be mean. I thought."
Unreal, unreal. Yeah,
It's like
there we go.
I want to do my best to make a lasting impression on people. But more than anything, I just want to be me. I'm a kind of a people person.
Sure.
I don't like to be punched or slapped or hit or none of that kind of stuff that sometimes fans do. But the first time you get the warning shot, hey, easy. But then sometimes the cranky, hungry Mark Henry will come out, and it's kind of scary.
No, and of course, you give people that fair warning. And I agree with you about what you said about that Hollywood mentality. I cannot stand it. I used to live, guys and gals, in Santa Monica. My literary agent, my first one, when I started working for Lionsgate, my first one introduced me to a guy from Police Academy who I won't name. This guy could not hold open a door for a 95-year-old man. So when I approached him,
Wow.
and Mark, I promise you, when I approached this guy, I gave him a mouthful, and he kind of looked at me at first like, who are you? And then I sort of just doing the Hollywood thing, working the cell phone, and finding out that I work for Lionsgate. All of a sudden, he wanted to become my best friend. I'm like, no, because I don't subscribe to idol worship. We are the same. You're right. We are 100% the same. You're not going to bring this up because you're humble, so I'll bring this up. You have a lot of accomplishments, my friend, and we're going to talk about some of them, guys and gals, both in the ring and off the ring. But one thing I wanted to ask you was, when you, in terms of just accomplishments, comparing them can oftentimes be like comparing apples and oranges. Are there certain accomplishments that speak to you the most, Mark?
Uh, You know what? Being an Olympian is pretty damn special. It don't happen very often. I've known people that trained for 20, 30 years and didn't make the team.
Right.
Um, I love the fact that I was an Olympian. I love the fact that I did it clean. That's the thing that I feel like in my sporting career
Sure.
was the thing that's most parallel in my life, that takes the most precedence, is the fact that in 1996 I took 23 drug tests in 1 year.
Wow. Wow.
Just to prove to people, I want you to realize who I am and what I am. It don't matter what drug, doping, artistic, magical thing that you have. If you take 23 drug tests in 1 year, you're going to fail if you're dirty. And
That's an absolute great point.
And in that year, I squatted 900 pounds. I front squatted 800 pounds. I did a 400-pound snatch. I did a 500-pound clean and jerk, and I deadlifted 900 pounds in
wow.
a year.
That's
so
incredible.
There were things that I did that collectively no other human has ever done.
Without question.
And I did it drug free.
That is a huge, absolutely huge accomplishment, because again, you're talking about the rigorous guys and gals. For those of you watching, again, being tested. I mean, you're in the Olympics. You're at the pinnacle right there, and being able to do what you did, clean, man, that is one heck of accomplishment. When you look back at the first half of your life, Mark, is it safe to say that you checked off all of the proverbial boxes, or there's still some yet to come?
You know what? Everything that I wanted to accomplish, I pretty much accomplished. I didn't win a gold medal in the Olympics. That ship has sailed. It's never going to happen, and I'm comfortable with that never happening. I chose fame and I chose accomplishment over money. And if I wanted to stick it out for the cash, I would have kept playing football. But my passion was to be somebody and to be able to have influence.
Sure.
And when you try to work to have influence, sometimes you got to put the money aside and just work your tail off and, work for that job title. And my job title was to be the strongest man in the world. And I accomplished that.
Without question.
There were a lot of men that have done a lot of unbelievable things. But when you line up everything one in front of the other, me lifting the Thomas Inch, formerly the unliftable is what they called it. Me lifting the Apollon wheels. If you line up all the men that have lifted the Apollon wheels, and then you show a video of the way that I lifted, everybody will go, yep, that's the strongest guy, because I was. And I didn't cheat to do it. The people that are the closest to me in the lifting arts, the ones that I would, if they was to call me out, I would say something in return. I don't call people out and point the fingers unless you point it at me first. You give me the stink eye, I punch you in it.
Absolutely.
And
fair is fair,
a lot of people respect the toughness, but it's not idle chitter chatter. I've been a captain of every team I've ever been on because I wanted that heat. I wanted the tallest tree get the most wind. I'm comfortable.
And what people don't understand is when you want that kind of responsibility, you're willing to take all the accountability in the world when you're in that spot.
Yeah, bring it. I'm
That's
ready.
It. Yeah.
So, I've been really, really blessed, man. And, my accomplishment don't define me. I feel like being a good father and being a good man to people that I don't know is greater than my accomplishments, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. Just prioritizing what's important in life, guys and gals. I want to ask you a question, just to piggyback off what you said, Mark. I want to ask you a question about your book of life, in a way. When you look back in essence, at the book of life that you've had. What lay ahead in the book of Mark Henry's life in the second half of your life?
I think that the thing that's going to be the most important is right now we're at a crossroads in American history. And in American history, people of color have dummied down. People have been trivialized for patents and different rights. And I want to be a stalwart to bring those people, so those people don't feel bad for speaking up. Because I'm going to tell you something about black people, especially where I grew up. A lot of times people were afraid of not getting hired for running their mouth. But I think that the important thing is my white counterparts in America and around the world, for that matter, should have my back. Speak up for me. Speak up for people that look like me. And that's kind of like the thing that I'm the most passionate about. I don't want none of my friends to have the white guilt. I know you didn't do it. I know you weren't responsible for slavery. I've heard everything. But if you don't speak up and say, hey man, you're mistreating this guy, this girl, or this woman, or this man, then you're a part of the problem.
Absolutely. You're supporting and you're condoning it by not saying anything or speaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're absolutely right about that. I want to play a fun little game with you, Mark, before we bid you adieu, and we'll be seeing more of Mark, guys, hopefully soon. This is a game called Either Or. It's kind of self-explanatory.
I like games.
I love games, man. I think you're going to like this game because it's either or. You'll pick somebody and explain why you made your selection. Either or, Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy?
Say the first one.
Sure. Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy?
Oh, Richard Pryor.
Okay. Okay, there we go. What an amazing storyteller. What an amazing storyteller, man. The stories he told on stage, incredible. Next option I got for you right now for our next duo of options, Jay Leno or David Letterman?
Jay Leno. He was a cook. Jay Leno cooks.
Does he?
Yeah, I love a guy, man. When I went on Jay Leno's show,
yeah,
we talked about both of our mothers being great cooks.
Right.
And by the time I got home, he sent me a whole entire pasta and cooking kit, how to make Italian food.
Oh.
I have so much respect for that man.
Did you use it? Did you end up actually using that?
I did do it.
You did? Okay.
Use it. I learned how to crush tomatoes. I learned how to cut garlic. I learned how to saute basil and make a garlic wine sauce. You
are much, much more equipped in the kitchen than me. All I know how to do is make a bowl of cereal. I do it pretty well, though. I can make a pretty good bowl of cereal, I'll tell you that. Right now, guys, do have options for Mark Henry as we continue. Charles Barkley or Karl Malone?
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry. I had to go. Hey, one of the two best power forwards of all time. I don't know.
You know what? I would have to say Karl Malone from this, and I'm gonna give you the reason why.
Sure.
Karl was like the leader in scoring at one point.
Yes.
And he also made the people around him better.
Absolutely.
Charles Barkley, in his defense, one of the most athletic, agile big men that has ever played any game.
Sure.
Neither one of these guys won a championship.
No.
So you can't judge their talent and their prestige by how many championships they won.
No, you're right about that.
Karl got close, but Karl also played with John Stockton. So,
absolutely. And Charles Barkley in Phoenix played with an injured Kevin Johnson, usually.
Right.
And in Philly, kind of a team that was getting older with Cheeks and Dr. J and those guys, yeah.
Right. So, But I would say Carl because I think that if I was creating a team, I think that I could do more with Carl and a great point guard than I could do with Barkley and a great center because Charles was one of those guys that he played iso ball
Yes.
and there was nobody that could pretty much hold him one on one, and he
No.
could defend. The one thing about Barkley, he could defend everybody 1 through 4.
He was amazing. Yeah.
I mean, both of them were good, but I had to go with Carl.
I like that too. Longevity, guys and gals. Karl Malone barely missed any games in a 19-year career. Absolutely incredible. I agree with you. What an Iron Man. Also, guys, a little factoid here. Karl Malone, Mark Eaton, John Stockton in the summer would do like boot camp training on the mountains. They lift trucks and move trucks. Guys, that's dedication in the off season. I like that. Couple of more, guys. I'm going to give you Godzilla or King Kong.
Oh.
I'm sorry. It gets harder. It gets
Listen,
progressively harder.
In pro wrestling, there's a term called bad booking.
Yeah.
I love both. Like if I have to.
But what you were saying just for our viewers, bad booking, right?
Yeah,
that means you must have seen some of my matches back in the. Okay, all right.
Oh,
yeah.
Come on, man. Listen, don't beat yourself up. Enough people in this world will do that for you.
You're right. You're right about that, Mark.
God dang it. All I'm going to say is Rainbow Ray.
Okay.
Okay. I have to go with Godzilla, man.
Got to go with Godzilla. We got a couple more. Schwarzenegger or Stallone?
Schwarzenegger.
Like that.
I love Stallone, Rocky 1, Rocky 3, Rocky 4. The whole, the Creed movies were good, but
oh yeah,
I would take Rambo over the Creed sagas.
I love that
because that first Rambo was pretty damn special.
First Blood, yeah, you can walk away after watching First Blood. You don't even have to watch the sequels after that first one.
Oh yeah, but when you start talking about Terminator and Predator, bro. Ooh. You can't beat that.
What a list. What a list, and you're right. And you know what we love? I know Mark knows this. I know some of you guys may not. Schwarzenegger was so dedicated to bodybuilding and weightlifting that as a kid, he would expose his calf muscles because he thought that was an area of weakness just because kids were making fun of it. And he wanted that determination. He wanted to feel as if he needed to work on one muscle group and body part. Awesome choice there. 2 more to go, guys, for either or. We have Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
I like that.
The Force is strong with me. And I am the Force.
And you are the Force. I like that. We have 1 more to go. Plums. We're talking about fruits, guys and gals, that you eat. Plums or oranges?
Plums.
You're the first guy to give me plums. You're the first one to ever answer that. I promise. No one's giving me plums. No one.
Listen. Okay. I'm a cook.
Yeah.
I love to cook with plums.
Right.
They give you a natural sweetness that will not raise your glycemic index. So, I mean, there's some cheats. Oranges, they're good for cleaning the colon. That's not special.
No. But I promise, maybe it's a Northeast thing. Growing up in Queens, New York, I've never seen somebody eat a plum in the middle of the street. I've never seen it. I would love to see someone just walking down the sidewalk.
Come to Southeast Texas.
Okay.
Come to Silsbee, Texas, and plums grow wild.
I'm there, Mark. I am there.
And they have the little small yellow cherry plums.
Oh, I love those.
Oh, man.
I love those. And guys and gals, I'm hungry. I know you're always hungry for great content, and that's what we provide. Mark, the floor is yours, my friend. Anything you'd like to address for our viewers, the floor is yours right now, my friend.
You know what, man? Like, if anything you want to do, I'm going to have a virtual birthday party June 12th. And all the proceeds raised from my virtual birthday party will go to my 4 charities. And I don't want anything. God gave me everything I need. I got a beautiful family. I made a nice hunk of change in my life. Like, I have people that love me, and people respect my thought processes. I'm blessed. I just want to help, other folks on my day. And I go to markhenry.com. You can go to the Mark Henry on everything social media.
I love that. MarkHenry.com. Anything Mark Henry, guys. Of course, Mark and I spoke before this, so hopefully you're going to be seeing Mark pretty soon. I hope you enjoyed the interview, my friend.
I did, man. You're awesome. You are
Thank you, my friend.
absolutely awesome. And I'm going to steal your format for your show.
No, no.
I don't believe in recreating the wheel. If something is pretty damn good, why try to improve on it? I love the concept.
Thank you, my friend.
I just can't talk as fast as you.
Please, trust me. Got those Duracell batteries in the back. But Mark Henry, my friend, we're going to be seeing you very soon. Have a great night.
You have a blessed day, man.
Thank you.